Let's just touch on mouth taping. I've been mouth taping for a while now. It started because my wife noticed I was snoring, um,
Uh-huh.
and I can comment and say, consistent mouth taping. I wake up feeling far more rested. I generally feel I'm a good sleeper, but when I'm consistently mouth taping, I wake up and I feel far more rested. I feel like I've gotten that deeper sleep. Understandably, if you've never done this before, just hearing it can maybe cause some anxiety because you're like, oh my God, my mouth is going to be shut. What happens if I stop breathing? It's forcing you to, maybe taking on mouth taping if you've got a ton of congestion in your sinuses. That might be a little bit of a let's hold off until we get this congestion resolved, but it's something that you'll get used to. It's not scary. Let's hear your thoughts on that, Dr. Ariana.
Yes. I've been taping my lips for 15 years. I don't think I've ever missed a night, even when I have a cold. And it's interesting you talk about if you have congestion, let's clear it up. So here's what I tell my patients. If you can breathe through your nose for 1 minute,
Mhm.
you can breathe through your nose for the rest of your life. Like if I can get you to sit in my office and I put a little piece of tape over your lips and we just run the timer in the back, if I can get you to 1 minute, certainly if I can get you to 3 minutes,
Mhm.
we're going to be just fine. Yes, it can be a little scary, but I will tell you the times when I am most militant about lip taping is when I have nasal congestion or I feel a cold coming on. Why is that? You may hear it in my voice, I'm just coming off the tail end of one, but throughout this virus, I have never had nasal congestion. I've had sinus congestion, but I've never had nasal congestion because I have been using my saline nasal sprays every couple of hours. And at night, I use my saline nasal sprays. I give a good blow up my nose. I put my lip tape on and I start to calm my breathing. And what happens when you start to breathe through your nose is you start to access the nitric oxide that lives in your maxillary sinuses. Remember, we talked about your beneficial oral bacteria making nitric oxide, that a lot of that gets stored in your sinuses. It's a natural decongestant. It's bactericidal, it's virucidal, it's fungicidal. I can breathe through my nose, I can access that natural molecule and actually continue. It will further open up my nose. So, what I find is that maybe in the middle of a cold, I'm having some difficulty getting to sleep with a lip tape on, but in the morning, oh, my nose is wide open. Like it becomes a more restful night's sleep. So to your point about you were snoring and you started lip taping, I want people to be a little mindful. If someone has told you that you snore heavily, certainly if they've witnessed you choking, you need to have a sleep study before you slap a piece of tape on your mouth, because we don't want to be taping over something that's really serious like sleep apnea. But this is something you can experiment with. I tell my kids, like, in the practice, start with your screen time. That's a perfect time to start lip taping. Put a little piece of tape on your kids' lips while they get their screen time. You put tape on your lips while you're reading or watching television, or you're kind of like getting ready for bed. You're in bed and kind of beginning the wind down. My husband knows when the tape goes on, the talking stops. It does not start again the next morning until the tape comes off. So cheapest, easiest hack, most effective health hack I've ever done, ever, other than intermittent fasting. That was the best one, and it was so easy. And you just go to Walgreens, buy the 3M micropore paper tape. It's super easy.